Hey, what's up, Centerpoint Church? It's good to see you guys tonight. We want to thank you for joining us for living room worship, and we are really ridiculously excited. It's kind of a different thing we're doing this week. We have the Aaron David back with us, social distancing the best we can. A lot of you guys have been wondering where he is. Well, he's here this week, so we're really excited to have him. It's an honor just to be able to hang out with him again and to be able to do this kind of small group together. He's already embarrassed.
Please stop.
He's so great. I love him. This is kind of a different format this week, so we're going to hang out. We're going to sing some songs together. We're just going to kind of talk and joke and laugh and just have a good time. Like, we're all good friends, so it's kind of cool just to be able to hang out and spend some time together. So we're going to go around the room real quick and introduce ourselves so you guys know who we are. And then if you guys are commenting in the bottom, go ahead and tell us who you are. Tell us what you guys like about what Centerpoint Music's doing. So we'll start over here with our friend on the keys.
I thought you were going to say my name. I was waiting for
you. You got to introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Grace Hudson. I work on staff here as the executive assistant. So I assist Pastor Bryant as well as a bunch of admin work throughout the church. And that's it. Didn't you say anything else?
It's not really it. You do a lot, but...
And apparently you don't like spicy food.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of spicy food.
She wears many hats as well.
Yes.
Many hats. Stylishly, of course.
She has a lot of hats.
Indeed.
Anyways.
Next.
Hey, CC fam. My name is Aaron. I help out our worship team. I'm a vocalist, and I sing with the team. Yeah.
Such a humble guy. I'm Chris Taylor, and I work in production and programming. Do a little of this, a little of that here and there around Centerpoint.
Also wears many hats as well.
There's a bag full of hats with Chris's name on it.
Most of them are like awkwardly fitting fedoras, but they're hats nonetheless. And last but certainly not least,
I am Jared. I'm the worship coordinator, music director, or I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like music director is a little more. Worship coordinator seems. I get funny looks whenever I get asked, like, "What do you do for work?" I'm a worship coordinator, and they're like,
"So what do you actually do?"
What do you mean? So when I say music director for a church, they're like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. So that's what I do.
And your hats are all like those funny tall beanies, right?
Yeah, like the beanie that is like. Like, you ever seen someone wear one of those beanies where it's like it's holding on for dear life? It's like barely on their head. It's like they staple it to a piece of hair. We're gonna play a song now.
Yeah, I guess we'll start.
This song is called Echo. Why don't you guys sing along with us? Has fallen and fear is coming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking now like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking now like an echo. Echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me. Now there's no stopping what you have started till it is complete. And when my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Oh, I decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking now like an echo. Your love is holding on, it won't let go. I feel it breaking down like an echo, echo in my soul. Soul in my soul. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Oh, I decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking down like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking down, breaking down. Hey, your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking down like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking down like an echo, echo in my soul.
Good to have you back, man. Man, before we started recording, like we were joking around just about like how you get a group of musicians together, no matter what the genre is, no matter what we're doing, and it just turns into kind of like some weird fun and crazy ideas flying around. So we're glad you guys are here with us today. Stick around because there's some fun stuff we just kind of made up coming later on. But you know, we were talking a while ago. We've missed having Aaron with us. There's been so many times that like I'll be up here leading a song, or Noah's up here leading a song. We're like, man, Aaron would do this so much better than we would.
Please stop. You guys have been doing
everybody has their
totally
own
fine
unique qualities, right? And so, like, there are songs that are really well suited to you. There's songs that are well suited to Noah, and there's a couple leftovers that I do. And but I think
no. Sorry, I will say. I mean, to that point, it's not only that. It's just personality stuff. Because like. Another me on stage, like someone else playing guitar, commonly is going to look like me. Their head is down and they're like really stressed out about stepping on something and like fretting something and strumming something. So it's like borderline playing drums, but not playing drums. And the few times that I look up and I see you on stage, you're looking at me like, yeet. Like, you know, you're making like some sort of face, or like you go like, yeza, or something. You
well, I mean, like everybody's just within their element, and I miss being up here dearly. It's been months, man, and when we're together, I just feel that it's something that I'm meant to do, you know, with my life, and I feel purposeful when I'm here with my family, you know. Yeah. So I know what you mean. Like I miss just like there's so many sweet guitar licks, and I'm like in my living room, in my bathroom, I'm like, Jared, God, that was so good. Like I mean to like text him, but I just keep forgetting with all this stuff. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, man, it's been obviously a crazy time, right? I mean, there's so much going on that's different than the way we're used to things, and you know, even just being here tonight, like I don't know, should we be here? Should we be doing this recording? Like, what should we be doing? And so, what have you been up to? Like, what are you doing? It's been a couple months. Like, to let us know what's up with you.
Yeah. So, the primary reason why I haven't actually been around is because my wife, my beautiful wife, Marissa. I love you, baby. Hello. Hi. Basically, she's been in full remission from Crohn's for the past couple of years, and in order for her to basically stay on remission, she's been taking a immune suppressant drug. So as you guys know, with Rona and everything, people who have low immune systems are more susceptible to contracting the disease and stuff. So that's the only reason why I've been stuck in my home, because if that wasn't the case, I definitely probably would be here most of the time. Not most of the time, but yeah.
All right, so what's the real reason? Who are you mad at?
Nicole Golden.
Oh, her heart
no,
is
that's my girl,
breaking
Nicole.
right
I love Nicole.
You're going to hear about that
I know,
later.
of course, she's
Everyone's
gonna,
phone right now is just going. Bzz,
Oh, Aaron's
she's
mad
gonna
at Nicole.
blow me up right when she's watching this. How dare you, sir?
We
Look
love
what
you,
I've
Nicole.
given you.
Nicole
Just
is
kidding.
no.
gosh.
Nicole, she's been communicating with me while I've been home and stuff like that, and she's been responsive and she's been great. And Bryant too. I've actually got a nice little card from Bryant the other day in my mail,
That's cool.
saying, "Hey man, just want to let you know we love you. We're here for
awesome.
you." So in the midst of everything that's going on, here at CC, we still will reach out to all of you, who are part of our family, because they do it to me,
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
so it's been great, guys.
It's the little things, right?
Yeah,
I
man,
think
means a
those
lot.
little things kind of bring it together. Like, I'm in the military, right? So I've traveled a lot, and I've been to a lot of different churches and lived in a lot of different places. And this is one of those very few where they genuinely want to reach out and connect as much as humanly possible. It's not about counting numbers and seats or anything like that.
Yes.
It's literally about the connection that we make with each other.
Yeah, that was like absolutely my first impression of Centerpoint. I've been in church my entire life, and this is going to sound so funny. She's going to laugh that I'm sharing this, because speaking of Nicole is the best at checking in on people. She is like, literally, you have a gift, Nicole. Like, you just care about people so much. I was like, makes me feel like I need to step up my game. Anyways, okay, because people are going to laugh at me because I have a cat, okay? And I had to take my cat to the vet.
We're laughing.
And yes, it's just like, 'cause some people are like, LOL, you're so attached to your animal. But I was, okay? I love my cat. He's my buddy. Anyways, I had to take him to the vet, and Nicole was super pregnant with Case, and like she had to go to the hospital because she was like, I don't know what was going on. I was trying to give her space. She texted me while she was admitted to the hospital, and she's like, how's Gus?
Oh my
and she's
gosh.
like asking me how my cat's doing. I was like, oh no, I feel like my problems are so insignificant compared to
She may have been hopped up on drugs though, with like the pregnancy.
Well, that is like one of my favorite things ever. Like
Nah, I feel you, I feel
that's
you.
when I was like, yep, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah,
They
Which-
check on you while they're in the hospital.
What's funny is you took that story from being really heartfelt to being like, like imagining it, like like you picture it. It's really, it's
Can you imagine? She's just like, how's your cat?
Oh my god.
Just kidding. I love you, Nicole.
how's like that's probably how she said his name too.
guys? How's guys?
It's one of those things I just love about this place, right? And yeah, we're about to sing the next song. You don't have to
sorry.
keep listening to us talk a whole bunch, but
It's been so long since I've seen
that
these
was
guys.
that was part of what we talked about for tonight. Was let's just hang out, let's catch up.
Yeah,
like
man.
we caught up a little bit, but we've been practicing, and so now we're able to do this, and now we actually get to figure out what's going on with everybody. And I see these two wonderful people almost every single week, at least on Zoom. I know y'all
Multiple
are Zooming
times
as
a
much as
week,
we
every
are.
week.
Yeah,
Multiple Zooms unless you just completely blank and
unless you missed my meeting today.
I bet you the people who are
Sure.
watching this are just going to fast forward to just the worship part.
There's a 0% chance anybody's going to fast forward this. This is pure gold.
Indeed.
Yeah, we should just let's sing a song.
All right.
Let's do that instead.
The weapon may be formed, but it won't prosper. When the darkness falls, it won't prevail. 'Cause the God I know I serve only how to triumph. Oh, my God will never fail. Oh, my God will never fail. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Yeah. There's power in the mighty name of Jesus. Every war he wages, he will win. And I'm not backing down from any giant. Yes, I know how this story ends. Yes, I know how this story ends. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Come on, sing it again. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. Yeah. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Yeah. Belongs to you. Come on, let's declare this. You take the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Come on, declare. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Yeah. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. 'Cause I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. Yes, I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory, yeah. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory, yeah. I'm gonna see a victory, oh. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. Yeah. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how. Oh, this is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. Oh, this is how I fight my battles. This is how. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Yeah, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Yeah, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. Oh, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. This is how I fight my battle. Yeah, this is how I fight my battle. Oh, this is how I fight my battles. Oh, this is how I fight my battles. This is how. Amen.
Man. You know, it's when we sing songs like that, or we sing songs like Sea of Victory, man, those are big, powerful declarations, right? And I was talking with somebody this last weekend about how as a worship leader, there's a fine line I think we have to walk between really, really, really focusing on the lyrics that we're singing and the fundamental truths that are underneath them while we're singing or while we're playing. Because like for like me personally, like if I really think about those words, like I'm gonna cry every time. Like there's no stopping it. Like I won't be able to sing. Like my guitar will be sopping wet. Like it's gonna be horrible. Like face on the floor. Like kick my shoes off, dance around like Bethel. Even with a bum foot, right? Like it's going down.
That gimpy worship.
I know, like step around like the sport coat and stuff like that. But I think that we have that kind of that weird line that we have to walk a lot of times of fully understanding the truth of the song and the lyrics that are brought in front of us and in front of everybody that's here with us. But also making sure that we do what we do with excellence, right? Yeah. And it's that really fine line. And I think you see it a lot of times. Like if you watch closely up here, you'll see, I think any given Sunday, every single worship leader, and when I say worship leader, I mean literally every person on this stage, has that moment where they cross over and they just lose it. And they're like emotional and they think like this is how I fight my battles. Like it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. And it's this repetitive thing, and you can stop thinking about it, but when you stop and think about it, it's huge.
It is kind of, it's funny, it is such a fine line. And I think, like, not to go off on a rabbit trail, but that's where a lot of people, I mean, with anything, you get on Facebook and have an opinion about something. Songs like Reckless Love and things like that, where it's really easy to get caught up on, like, is it irreverent to use language like this? But also, like, and I don't know, maybe I should care more. but for me, I think about
It's a great way to start a sentence, by the way.
yeah, I guess, because like I don't want to ever assume that I know everything. But for me, the way I connect with songs is the language is understanding that Jesus spoke in parables for a reason, and not comparing ourselves to Jesus, but for our church, which primarily a large group of people who are drawn to Centerpoint are like unchurched, sometimes over-churched, but kind of
somewhere in the middle,
just saying something in a new light. And I don't know. I don't think that enough people. People who are quick to have opinions about, is God's reckless, or is God's love reckless, or that song. There's another one that someone was really weird about, and it was Our God Has Robbed the Grave. And a lot of people got really offended over that because, that's against God's nature. It's, he doesn't rob anything. I'm like, it's death in the grave. Like, let's go ahead and rob that. I think we'll get a pass.
That's robbable.
It's like, our God has robbed your neighbor. That's not the case.
Yeah.
But for me, and again, this is the rabbit trail that comes back to where we are. Is part of my job here is like putting songs in ProPresenter. So if something's misspelled or grammatically like wrong, that's me. But here lately, I don't know, being with Chris, obviously, like you've been a huge help because now I get to do it from home on a computer. But I've had to like rebuild a lot of stuff, like building up my bank of Pro Presenter at home. And that's, sorry for all the detail, but just to give you context, I sit down and I'm reading through these lyrics and I'm just like, like, like I've sat up here and like it's different for me because there's at times like I kind of got to come full circle because my world is like fretboards and strings and things that go click click, and that's really, I just want to, that's my voice. But taking a step and like, when I'm up here and it hits me, I'm kind of like, but sitting down and like reading the lyrics, I'm like, dang, that's heavy. Like we've been doing that for so long. Like how are we not balling every week? So it's
it hits different depending on like the song. And even though like there's certain records that we do, from time to time, and even though it may seem like repetitive from our perspective, depending on where you at in your life, man, it can just hit you different. Like there's like certain truths that really only come to light when you're really going through something specific. Yeah. And I think like, especially with Fight My Battles, stuff like that. Like I know like some of UCCers, would listen to these songs like, man, we do this like a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's purposeful, as far as the design, obviously. But I mean, even though it's repetitive in nature, the truth just stays the same. You know what I'm saying? And it still hits home every single time. Yeah. So I know what you mean.
And some of the we talk about it too. Like I'll send Chris some text messages. I'll screenshot. Like it's really, there's probably like a really efficient way to like press your keyboard and it'll screenshot it. But I bust out my phone.
It's not efficient. It's like Command Shift 3. It's the
okay. So
I don't know why I know that.
Anyway, I'll send Chris a screenshot. I'm like, do we really need to repeat this part? And then like I think about it and like there's so many times I've gotten to text you and then like no, because like I think about it and I'm like, yeah, that's worth like putting up there 2 times, like the same lyrics twice in a row, because like I don't know, like internally it's almost like, yeah, I'm gonna say that again. Yeah. I need to say that again. Yep. Like why? Let's say it a couple more times.
Yeah, it's the declaration, right? It's when you put something on repeat, like it kind of becomes ingrained. Like I remember, like when I was a kid, I did times tables, right? 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Like a billion times, I probably said but guess what? I know how to multiply, right? Like so when we, like, bizarre example, but like thank you, Mr. Swank, 4th grade on Anna Maria Island.
I love that you remember the name. That makes me so happy.
So maybe not the time for the story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Mr. Swank, I'll never forget him. So I grew up on Anna Maria Island, right? And cool place. I don't even know. I think this dude was from Mars, but like he would drink coffee, and to a 4th grader, we didn't know what coffee was. That was just this weird, smelly thing. Now it's like the river of life for me. But he would keep telling us it was liquid plutonium, and that if we didn't memorize our times tables, he would spill it in the class. And I was like, I don't want liquid plutonium. Like,
that's brilliant.
Because memorize our times tables, he would spill it in the class, and I was like, I don't want liquid plutonium. Like,
that's brilliant.
Because
did he also tell you that if you say gullible really slow, it sounds like snowflake?
No, but that's funny.
That's awesome.
I almost did it.
I just did it. So if you guys heard that, I was like, wait.
You're like,
is that gullible? I bet you they'll rewind it. They'll hear it. I'm like,
if it makes you feel any better, I did it twice whenever someone first did it to me. I was like, gullible.
That doesn't sound.
Oh man, I felt that.
We went way off. I was going to ask like this really cool question, and now we're talking about.
But no, you can't. Like, listen. Ask it.
You want me to ask it? Okay.
Yeah, ask it. Send it.
All right, here we go. So Aaron's doing big things. Aaron's on the radio. Aaron, like, we love that you are CC family and you're doing big things, and we're proud of you. Like, I want to make sure this goes out for all the interwebs, right?
Definitely.
We are so proud of you. So proud of how hard you're working. Huge Aaron fanboy. Hey, before I ask this question, or I'm gonna plug you a little bit. So Aaron's doing big things. Aaron's on the radio. Aaron, like, we love that you are CC family and you're doing big things, and we're proud of you. Like, I want to make sure this goes out for all the interwebs, right?
Definitely.
We are so proud of you. So proud of how hard you're working and what you're doing. And a lot of people that aren't in the music industry think that it's like, oh, you just showed up on the radio one day and now you're big. Like, no, like, you think about Andy Mineo talks about, like, he was grinding. I don't even think we have that. So what we do have is Centerpoint FL Music. Is that right?
Yes, we do.
It's on Instagram, so you can follow us there. And then if you want to see what Aaron's been up to, check him out. It's I am Aaron David, right?
Yeah, that's great.
On Instagram. And we don't usually talk about, like, personal Instagram handles and stuff like that, but because we love you so much and we want to support you and what you're doing, and I'll shameless plug for you, like, go find him on iTunes, find him on Spotify. Like, if you have not heard Aaron's music, it is incredible. And when you watch the announcement loop in the beginning of the service on Sunday mornings, when you see those cool announcements, that is one of his tracks in the background. He's gracious enough to let us use without suing
Bless
us,
you.
which is awesome. So
With that being said, good night.
and my union time's up.
I really appreciate that, guys. That means a lot. Your encouragement from my family here at Center Point. It means a lot. It means the world to me. Thank you, guys.
So
Appreciate it.
now we'll ask the big question.
Okay, there you go.
Do it.
In 1 minute or less, preferably less. Preferably way less because we were rolling on this thing. What?
We're still under Bryant Nicole. Come on. Like,
What?
When you make the comparisons, dude.
come on.
We're all complimentary of each other. I'm a volunteer, man. Whatever.
They talk for a long time, but they have a lot of really good.
A lot of good
content,
things.
A lot of
It
good things
is,
to say.
bro.
I will say, man, like I've never
It
been as engaged with a communicator on stage as I am when Bryant speaks, or when
Facts.
Justin speaks,
Huge
or when
facts.
Nicole
100%.
speaks. Like,
100%.
holy smokes! Like, and I've been to some big churches with some really good pastors, and they all engage in different ways. But man, like, just a style of sometimes unapologetically teaching apologetics.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Facts.
a word.
Huge facts.
Drop that one.
Sorry, not sorry preaching.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Straight up. Brian would be. It's a 4-hour message, but it's still like gold. Like all of it.
Every bit of it.
No one could get on stage and do
gold.
that because I've seen people after like 5 minutes and been like, I'm out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's still engaged like the whole time. He's
Yeah.
going like.
I'll come back and watch
Yeah.
this and see myself talk, and I'll be like, nah.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm bored with me right now.
Ask your question.
Okay, big question. So
The question.
now you have 15 seconds each. What does worship mean to you? Like, where is the heart of worship for you?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Don't Sunday school this. Don't say
I won't.
Jesus.
No,
Because
no.
that's
I think it boils down to you become what you behold.
Hmm.
That's just, I think, what worship ultimately boils down to.
Yeah.
And I think you can't really probably understand that unless you understand that in this life, your contentment and everything that you need in this life is in the person of Jesus.
Yeah,
That's good.
Like, so yeah, I think just that encompasses it.
that's cool.
I'll go next.
Please.
For me, because Bryant and Nicole, we're talking in the worship night recording about like what worship is, and how it's not just singing songs. Obviously, we have all been given giftings to bless God through music, but for me, in anything that I do when I worship, it's about laying myself down
Yeah.
and laying my desires down and what I want down,
Yes.
and just focusing on God and glorifying Him,
Yeah.
and bringing God glory in whatever I do.
That's awesome. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
hard.
It's like even just coming on stage Sunday, like I try to do this. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect every time. When the countdown's on and it's coming down, you have to like literally just be like, okay, here I am. I'm gonna step over here now
Yeah.
and step into what I'm called to do for God to bring Him glory and be a vessel for
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, we talk about it every week. Like, be the conduit, right?
Yeah.
yes,
It's
absolutely.
our job up here to be the conduit to lead everybody into worship with God through music, and there's other ways, of course. But like, I'm gonna let you go last because I know you got something good. So I'm gonna go now.
but I'll try.
Like,
I better think of something good now.
yeah, giving you an extra 15
I got like
seconds.
3 showstoppers I got to follow. so.
I've wrestled with this question a lot over my life. Like, I've had some serious highs and some serious lows, and over a lot of time, I've had to think a lot about this, and it kind of goes in line with what you guys are saying. But to me, worship is literally sacrificing all of your own personal stuff, right? And again, that could be anything we do. Like, my heart. Like, we have been gifted with a musical ability, and if I'm not giving that back, then I'm not worshiping.
Absolutely.
For me, like, if I'm not, like, it's your breath in our lungs, right? Like, God gives us that breath. And if we don't give it back to Him, man, how selfish are we, right? Like, how greedy are we being that we won't get, like, so for me, worship is literally trying to find a way to give back to God everything He's given me. And for me personally, like, the hardest time to do that, I think for everybody, is when you're in a dark time, right?
Oh yeah.
But that's the most important time.
Yeah.
You're giving back what initially belongs to them in the first
Yeah,
place.
it's His anyway. Like, you got to give it back. Okay,
luck
that was
following that,
more than
Jerry.
15 seconds. Drop some
I'll try
some
to-
wisdom.
So, to me, I think, worship is your daily walk. I don't think that it's something that we feel like we consciously are going into like a Sunday service or a night of worship or wherever, however you do it, with music, that it's always something to do with music. And though that is for us, like that is how we are expressively doing that. It's hard for me because like there's a disconnect. Like I have a hard time like sitting out. Like I'm not a very big, me of all people, not very active outside of the act of actually doing. But I'm still like absorbing and taking it in. But for me, worship is honoring God, and that's in all things. And I think that choosing to growing up in the church, like we'd hear, worship was so good. It's been such a long time since I've had such a worshipful encounter, like a worship experience. I need a really good worship experience. It's like, okay, so when you're in line at Winn-Dixie, that's not a good opportunity to take and have a worship. And that's not drop your groceries and start singing because they'll look at you. And if you don't care, you don't care. Cool, live your life. But, having that meaningful encounter, if you're frustrated and you take it out on, the 15-year-old kid who's bagging your groceries or, whoever there, like, that's not worshipful. And again, like, something that I read and like, I have, like, this onboarding document that, like, for people who are interested in serving on this team, I have them read that, like, what's your week look like you shouldn't be waiting till Sunday to be intimate with God. And that's my whole long story that the roundabout way is that you shouldn't wait for a song to kick on to engage. God is always present, and that's what worship is being aware of that and capitalizing on those opportunities and looking for ways. And that's easier said than done. And again, it's a lot easier when you're able to, the whole, I say that to piggyback, like the whole point of us doing our nights of worship, our celebration nights, or even like Sunday mornings is worshiping without the distraction of life, without the distraction of kids, without, all of that. Like that's really great. And that's a really great recharge, but it's also to set you up, not let's hold out, let's starve and then gorge on Sunday. And then the rest of the week, we're just going to act like we're just dry and tired and haven't had that opportunity, so, now I'm getting off my soapbox, but that's really.
Yeah, and I think too, like everyone, like yes, we worship when we're up here, but we don't have it all together. Like we're not gonna paint this picture like, oh, I worship every moment of every day forever. I have, like, we know each other pretty well, so.
Yeah, I have a hard time worshiping on the Selman.
I have a hard time worshiping down Bloomingdale.
Good Lord.
Right. So we're all work in progress, and we're always like, these are things we strive for, and like we said, all of us have said it's easier said than done. We're constantly trying to be better, be more like Christ, and just because we're up here doesn't mean we have it all together. We do.
Yeah, it's special when we come together. Like Scripture is clear in regards to that. Like, He inhabits the praises of His people. So, like, when we come together, something special happens.
That's so true.
It's interesting that Jared said that because it's so true that we have to be mindful of the day to day. Man, that's so true. And also, it's like a kind of a duality in a sense. We also have to be mindful of what corporate worship is and what that means too. It's like a two sides of the same coin kind of a deal.
Yeah.
And I think you can look at it. We'll do our last song in just a second.
We'll leave you guys
that
be.
worship isn't necessarily an event.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's a posture.
Yeah, man.
And it's a mindset.
Posture. I like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
posture.
Not
It is.
It's
Heart
a-
posture.
Anyone could say lifestyle. Posture is more fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like, so quick shout out, like my son Colin is back in the back, who's literally running like 9 different stations by himself tonight.
He's the man.
He's legit and has a servant's heart, and I'm incredibly proud as a father of him.
Don't make me cry, please.
Yeah. I don't even know what I was going to say. I just
Choking back that tear. Just,
no,
what was I going to say?
He worships by doing ProPresenter, right?
he worships through lights and ProPresenter.
There you
And
go.
sound, but there's so many different ways to do it, and it being a posture. That's what I was going to say. You can ask him. Like, I do not have it all together. Like I lose it all the time, and like it's hard. I think it's hard for all of us. But as long as it's our goal, I think we're on the right path.
Yeah.
These folks up here preaching tonight, y'all. My God.
You inspired us. Aaron, thank you for being here, man. I'm going to thank you again for coming out and
It's so
Please
uncomfortable.
stop.
braving the traffic and the Rona and all the other stuff out
Rona
there.
ain't gonna get me. Nah.
All right, let's get this thing so
Let's do
people can
this.
get back to their evenings.
I'm gonna turn the spiritual thing on and then
Push the spiritual button.
spiritual. See that?
The spiritual button. I like that. That's good.
This is a staple
Not so
song we
spiritual
sing, man. I'm
anymore.
excited for this one.
I don't know. I just thought it was educational, so everyone knows that.
That is. There's a button that makes everything more spiritual.
Y'all help us sing this song.
And I see my Savior with love in his eyes, his body broken, with no sin to hide. And I see my Jesus, eyes blind with blood, his face is crimson, his cry is love. No wonder we call you Savior. No wonder we sing your praise. Jesus, our hope forever. You made a way. You made a way. Yes, you made a way. And I see redemption. Whoa, ravage the grave. The triumph of heaven. Christ Jesus our King. No wonder we call you Savior. No wonder we sing your praise. Jesus our hope forever. You made a way. You made a way. No wonder we call you Savior. No wonder we sing your praise. Jesus, our hope forever. You made a way. You made a way. All sing it together. See the light. See the light tearing through the darkness. Hear the roar of the rugged cross. Jesus Christ, you alone have saved us. We worship you now. See the light tearing through You made a way. You made a way. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. I see you move. You move the mountains, and I believe I see you do it again. You made a way when there was no way, and I believe I see you do it again. 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 No wonder we call you Savior. No wonder we sing your praise. Jesus, our hope forever. You made a way. You made a way.
Let's sort of pray real quick before we get out of here. God, we thank you for who you are and for just being with us in this moment. God, you give the gifts that we, all of us, are able to give back to you. You are our breath in our lungs. You are the reason we are here. You are the reason we celebrate. You're the reason we worship, God. We love you, and we thank you that you've given us this chance just to spend some time together honoring your name, lifting your name in praise, and just loving you, God. I pray, God, that you would humble us to see your glory, that you would show us your power and your mercy and your grace and your perfection in all that we do. God, open our eyes to see your plan for our lives. Open our eyes to see that when we're struggling, when we're having a hard time, God, that you are still there. You are still God, and you are still on the throne. God, we love you more than anything. We thank you for this time. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you have an amazing week. We love you. We'll see you next time.